Hello and a very warm welcome to our coverage of the NBL Division 1 matchup between the City of Birmingham Rockets and the Worthing Thunder, coming to you live from Nechel's Wellbeing Centre. My name is Aaron Viles, I'll be your commentator for the action this evening, and what an evening of basketball it promises to be here in the second city. On the one hand, you've got the high-flying home side who are looking to make it 3 wins out of 3, following impressive victories over the Derby Trailblazers and the Reading Rockets, whilst the visitors Worthing will be hoping to get their first W in the column, following back-to-back defeats against Nottingham and Derby respectively. With that being said though, it's a long season. There's still plenty of basketball still to be played, so let's see what these two high-energy offences have in store for us here in Birmingham this evening. In terms of the team news, I'll just run you through each of the two teams that are going to be battling out on the court here this evening, starting with the home side, the COB Rockets. The captain, Martin Gale, is of course leading the line from the points. You've got Zach Powell, Lucas McGregor, Orlan Jackman and Luke Okasieme. And then with regards to the bench, you've got Faris Magal, Sam Tolawase, CJ Hayden, Levi Knoll, Arian Davoudi and Leon Henry. As for the visitors Worthing, you've got Josh Palmer, the captain, Bodie Adiluola, Luke Moore, Ishmael Fontaine, Malachi Bocce-Yadam, Jonathan Lashley, Kamari Hunter, Luke Atfield, Elijah Maynard, and finally Anthony Ozobwekwe. Well folks, this should be an absolutely fascinating contest. There's so many different matchups that we can look out for on the floor this evening. And of course the wider narrative for the home team is of course that unbeaten start to the season. A lot of people thought they were rather unfancied heading into NBL Division 1 this season. My oh my, have they proven everybody wrong. Two incredible victories. Yes, they've been low scoring, at times they've been gritty, but a W is a W. As we prepare here for tip-off, it's Orlan Jackman back to Zach Powell. It will be a handful all night long, and Powell ready. Draws the foul there from Elijah Maynard. That will be the first foul of the evening here at Nechel's. Of course, folks, this isn't the only game going on in the NBL this evening. We'll keep you up to date with all of the scores as they take place up and down the country over the duration of this Super Saturday. Here is Zach Powell then. First free throw is up. And the Rockets are on the board within 8 seconds here on home court. Powell is again, second one high, arcing shots. Second one is good. Rockets 2, Thunder 0. Nice early start that, as far as the home side are concerned. Here is Jonathan Lashley, number 9, back to Bodie Adiluola. Balls up for 3. Rebound collected by Zach Powell. He can now manufacture a quick transitional counter-attack here. Here's McGregor into the paint. It's Okasieme! First points of the evening, first dunk on the board for the Rockets high-flying centre. Lovely ball movement there as well from Lucas McGregor. Had quite the game here last weekend against the Reading Rockets. And he will be hoping to continue his excellent start to the campaign as Bocce-Yadam now dishes the ball back to Lashley, blocked by Okasieme. Now the fast break is on for McGregor and the Rockets. Gives it out to Gale, pump fake on Adiluola. Back to Jackman, out to McGregor for 3! Makes it look easy. Money McGregor at it again. Excellent stuff from the Rockets to take an early 7-0 lead. Rebound from Gale, patted back to Powell, attempts the floated layup up to Okasieme. Ball now won back by Jonathan Lashley. It's a breakneck start to proceedings here in the second city. And those will be the first points on the board for the visitors Worthing. Malachi Bocce-Yadam cashing in the 3 from the corner there. Already a much faster start than we witnessed against Reading last week as Gale, well, he pulls out the bow and arrow, makes the corner 3. Makes the score 10 points to 3 as Adiluola now answers back with a 2-point jump shot of his own. Cuts the deficit down to just 5 points. Gone out to Gale, and this is the matchup. Gale versus Anilowola. Jackman now draws the contact. Ball rotates around the rim, doesn't quite go in. But that will be the second foul of the evening for the visitors. That's Jonathan Lashley with the foul, and here is Jackman then from the free throw line. First one is good, no mistake there from Gordon Jackman. And one of the better free throw percentages on the Rockets last season. And he gets off to a good start here on home court this evening. Jackman again can't quite connect with the free throw this time. That's rebounded by the Nigerian centre, Anthony Ozabwekwe. He'll be looking for some points, was scoreless against Derby last weekend. There's a little bit of contact between him and Okasieme. That'll be another battle to watch take place this evening. That's a really good movement out towards Zach Powell. Pulls up for 3. He's a prolific shooter, is Zach Powell. The leading point scorer on the Rockets so far in the 24-25 campaign. Makes absolutely no mistake with that one. So Okasieme steals the ball back. Ball now with Gale, back to Jackman. Jackman pulls up and cashes in. Wow, this is an outstanding start from the City of Birmingham Rockets. Within the space of 3 minutes and 5 seconds, it's Rockets 17, Thunder 5. I said right at the start of the programme about the dynamic and fast-paced nature of these two offences. And so far it's the Rockets who have well and truly blasted off in brilliant style here at Nechel's Wellbeing Centre. I imagine there'll be some strong words in that huddle from Brian Deacon, the Worthing Thunder head coach. Not been the start that the visitors would have wanted at all, and it is a rather worrying stats, albeit it's very early on in the season. But Worthing have conceded more points than any side in NBL Division 1 so far this season, a staggering 212 points in just 2 matches. Let's see how they can respond then. So first time out was called by Worthing. As you can hear with the buzzers, that is the end of the first time out. Thunder already back on the court. You can just see the confidence, the rhythm, the fluency that the men in red have. They'll be looking to make it 3 wins out of 3. And back-to-back home court victories in NBL Division 1. Here is Malachi Foche-Yadam then, against his opposite number, Martin Gale. Ozabwekwe sets the screen there. Here is Lashley against Jackman. 2 very powerful forwards. Anilowola. They generated a little bit of separation. Gale desperately attempts to steal that one back. Foche-Yadam blocked by Okasieme. Lashley wins it back though. And as you can see from the referee's signal, the 2-point jump shot is good. Thunder get their 7th point on the board. Here's Powell driving into the paint, makes the layup almost nonchalantly. Great stuff there from Zach Powell. Here is Anilowola, gives it back to Ozabwekwe. There we go, he's on the board. Scoreless against the Trailblazers last weekend. Won't be the case here in Birmingham this evening. Worthing centre already off the mark with a layup. Now Gale calling for a little bit of isolation against Anilowola. Really good ball movement. Here is McGregor. Attempted 3, no good on that occasion. It's Maynard now, pulls up for a jump shot of his own and makes it. Excellent stuff. Moves the score on to 19 points to 11. Already it just feels like one of those games. Both teams happy to take the risk and get the rewards on offence as Okasieme puts up the shots. No good in that instance. Plenty of space out here on the right-hand side for Bocce Yadam. It's peeled off McGregor instead. It's Maynard who pulls up for the shots. Rebounded by Luke Okasieme. What a game he had last week. 6 points and a staggering 6 blocks. He had a tough assignment against Tyler Sangu. Made it look very easy indeed. Here is Jonathan Lashley then, wearing the number 9 for the Worthing Thunder. Had a little bit of pressure, and Okasieme yet again pulls out a monstrous block. Lovely ball movement, broken up momentarily by Bode Adeluola. The layup is good from Orlan Chapman. Rockets now lead 21 points to 11. Here is Adeluola then. Dishes it out to Bocce Yadam for 3. Can't connect the shots. Allows Jackman to rebound. Dishes it out to Zach Powell. Really good ball movement and handles. Can't quite make the attempted jump shot though. Score remains 21 points to 11. Ball back with Adeluola, stolen away though by the outstretched hands of Luke Okasieme. Releases Powell, who gives it to Gale. He's got McGregor with him as well. Jackman is a little bit isolated there, was expecting the run of Okasieme. He was screaming for it in the paint. He's got the matchup here against Adeluola, gives it back instead to Gale. Pump fake, pulls up the shots, makes it! Glorious from Gale. Rip-roaring from the Rockets, who now lead 23 points to 11. And of course here for Martin Gale, there is the and one opportunity. As we see a couple of changes here for Worthing, Josh Palmer and Luke Moore coming onto the court. In place of Malachi Bocce Yadam and Jonathan Lashley. Gale makes no mistake there, and straight away after the free throw, he is replaced by the three-point sharpshooter, Leon Henry. Sam Tolawase also coming on as Charles Smith makes his first changes of the evening. A bit of time and space here for Josh Palmer. He gives it instead to Adeluola. Lovely handles, lovely movement, draws the foul. And that will be no problem whatsoever for the experienced guard. First foul of the evening then for the COB Rockets, committed by Leon Henry. And Adeluola will have the chance here to cut the deficit by a couple. Here he is then with the free throws. The noise in the atmosphere elevates here at Neatshaw's. First free throw is good. Adeluola, of course, one of the most prolific and proficient scorers in NBL history. The only man to score 4,000 points in this competition. He makes the second one as well. Score now, Rockets 24, Thunder 13. It's Tolawase to restart us then. Another couple of changes. Zach Powell making way here for Levi Knoll. Really good defensive game last weekend against the Reading Rockets. Really put the clamps down. Makes it from 3. We spoke about his proficiency from the wings. Makes that one absolutely no problem as Adeluola, blocked by Okasieme, dishes it now towards Tolawase, back towards Levi Knoll. Oh, now to McGregor, lovely, fast, free-flowing basketball here from the Rockets. One back by Okasieme, whose attempted shots connects with the rim. Bounces out harmlessly for no points. Here is Josh Palmer then. Gives it back towards Elijah Maynard. Well, I thought there was a little bit too much on that one. Instead, the ball makes its way back to Bode Adeluola, who connects for 3. He has gotten off to a great start here in the second sitting this evening. Score now 27 points to 16. Rockets leading by 11, make that 13. Okasieme, lovely stuff from the big, powerful, commanding centre. Really has been a revelation for the men in red. Charles Smith loves aggressive, high-energy, high-octane offence. That is exactly what the Rockets' number 21 provides. More now. Has his pockets pinched by Sam Tolawase. Will he go for the dunk? You bet he will! You bet he will! Thunderous from Sam Tolawase, turning defence into offence in the blink of an eye. Rockets 31 points in quarter number 1 as the ball here goes towards Ozabwekwe. Makes his second layup of the evening, cuts the deficit down to 13 points. This has been a scintillating start for the home side. As Maynard pats that one out, and I do believe he'll have another couple of changes here for the Thunder. In fact, just the one for the time being. It's Luke Atfield wearing the number 12 coming on for Anthony Ozabwekwe. As for the Rockets, it's CJ Hayden who comes on for Luke Okasieme. Hayden now, first shot of the evening is no good. Put back though from Levi Noel. He was bouncing around like a pinball machine. Unfortunately, he can't quite corral his own rebound. That will provide the opportunity here for the Worthing Thunder to potentially get into the 20s here this evening. Excellent handles from Elijah Maynard under a lot of pressure. Gives it back towards Josh Palmer. His attempted three ends up being an air ball. 31.9 seconds remaining here then in quarter number 1. A reminder of that score: Rockets 31, Thunder 18. The referee just signals there to the Worthing head coach Brian Deacon to just be seated for the time being, and immediately get straight back up. Here's McGregor then against Adeluola. Levi Noel is wide open here for three. A little bit too much on that one, but the putback from Lucas McGregor is straight cash money. 33-18, 10 seconds on the clock then. We see the screen there from Atfield. Adeluola under a load of pressure. And the Rockets can clear the lines here. 2 seconds on the clock. They're not going to get the shot off, but that is still a wonderful first quarter, nonetheless, from the men in red. It's Rockets 33, Thunder 18. Well, it's astonishing to think that just 7 days ago, right here at Nechel's Wellbeing Centre, we saw that low-scoring thriller between the two Rockets, the City of Birmingham Rockets and the Reading Rockets. Ended up being a 63-59 victory in the end for the home side. Well, in this first quarter, we've still got 3 of them left. We've already seen 33 points for the hosts. You imagine there'll be 2 very different conversations taking place in this huddle. Around about 1 minute left before we'll see the next quarter of this contest. A contest which so far has been dominated by Charles Smith's men. And let's face it, most of it has come from the 3-point scorers, as well as the centre Luke Okasieme. Cannot stress how big of a signing he has been. Of course, wasn't here last season, previously played for the Rockets, and here he is then, providing his strength and size and defensive capabilities in sumptuous style here in the early stages of the 24-25 season. So the two sides will get ready to get back onto the court. Let's see what this one has in store for us. So it'll be Adeluola, the Worthing captain, to restart us. Gives it to Kamari Hunter, one of the new signings this season. Let's see if the Thunder can indeed strike a little bit more in quarter number 2. He was screaming for the screen there from Atfield. It generates a little bit of separation. There is a mismatch here between Atfield and Noel. Immediately Tolawase comes across. Excellent combination defending there, but the three-pointer from Kamari Hunter is good. Cuts the deficit back down to just 12 points. And Kamari Hunter has his first points of the evening here in Birmingham. So McGall's pass there to Hayden, a little bit too hot to handle. Back now with Tolawase, gives it to McGall, pulls up for 3. Slightly too much on that one. Tolawase thinks about pulling up for the shot. Instead gives it to Henry. Draws contact, and that will be the first foul of quarter number 2. Just looking at the point scoring so far for the Rockets. 6 points for Gale, 6 points for Jackman, 7 points for Powell, 5 for McGregor, 4 for Okasieme. Really are a very capable and very high-scoring starting 5. If you were to be hypercritical, though, if you were to just be a little bit analytical, shall we say, you'd say that the bench needs to maybe just provide a little bit more points in comparison to the first couple of games. Here is McGall driving in for the layup, won back momentarily by Hayden. Luke Atfield, the experienced centre, is the one instead who comes up with the ball. Here is Adeliwola. And he draws the reach there from Forrest McGall. He concedes his first foul of the evening, just the second one actually for the Rockets in 12 minutes of basketball. And again, that has been very impressive. Atfield setting the screen there for Maynard. Back towards Kamari Hunter, utilising the handles very nicely. But the shot clock was up, allows Levi Noel now to potentially concoct a fast break opportunity. Dishes it out towards Hayden. Hayden back to Noel. Fakes the shot, gives it to CJ Hayden. McGall is screaming for it. Instead, it goes to Tolawase. Lays it in for the first points of the second quarter. Rockets 35, Thunder 21. I suppose the other issue for the Thunder this evening, they have got a couple of guys who unfortunately are unavailable. It's Adeliwola. Yep, draws the contact. You can see there from the referee that will be a foul. And he will be going to the line for some more free throws. Made his first 2 look very easy indeed. And as is always the case here at Nechells, the decibels will ramp up. This bumper home crowd will try and put off the Worthing guard here. But that is a lot easier said than done. Here is Adeliwola then. First free throw is no good. Maybe put a little bit too much on that one. He just dribbles away from the iron. Oh, no point, and second one too much on it again. Didn't quite find the radar there. It is Adeliwola. The attempted bounce pass there from Leon Henry. Just had a little bit too much vim and vigour for Faris McGall. Faris, of course, an excellent three-point shooter. Made a massive shot last weekend against the Reading Rockets. That was almost the catalyst which allowed COB to win the game. Ball now here with Atfield, dishes it to Adeliwola. Atfield himself actually has provided a lot of space here for Kamari Hunter. Wide open 3. Bounces out. Rebounded by the Rockets. Levi Noel out into Henry in the corner. Tolawase taking on Atfield. McGall is wide open for 3. Clatters off the right-hand side of the rim. That one will be no good as far as the Rockets are concerned. Hunter again has got so much space here in the right-hand corner. Instead, Maynard attempts the layup. Second chance opportunity is converted by Luke Atfield. They will be his first points of the evening. McGall is wide open yet again. Well, I thought he would have pulled up for 3. Instead, went for the layup. And now it's Adeliwola versus Levi Noel. Takes the early jump shots. And that is Bode Adeliwola at his clinical best, showing all of the experience, all of the basketball knowledge in the world as the ball now makes its way back towards Henry. Pulls up for three. Lovely from Leon yet again. His second three-pointer of the action. It's Adeluola again. Attempted reverse layup against Tolawase is no good. Fast break here for Faris McGall with the layup. That one will be in. IT from McGall. And the Rockets now leading by 15 points. 40 points to 25. They really are putting on a show for this crowd on home court this evening. How can the Thunder respond? It's Ishmael Fontaine. Too much power on that one. As Levi Knoll, excellent defensive awareness there. Bounce pass here towards Tolawase. Puts the exclamation mark on the dunk. And that will catalyse the first timeout of quarter number 2. Rockets 42, Thunder 25. And well, so far this has been an exhibition from the men in red. Still 5 minutes and 38 seconds remaining here in quarter number 2. They've already manufactured a 17-point lead. Really has been so far so good for the hosts. Everything they touch is turning to gold. This is one aspect that I absolutely love about Charles Smith's coaching. It's a case of getting everybody touches of the ball, and yes, I mentioned about the bench not necessarily getting the points that perhaps other teams would have got, but so far this evening, Leon Henry has made 2 out of 3 shots. He's got 6 points. You've got Sam Tolawase, 2 for 2. Faris McGall getting his first points in this second quarter as well. You can just see better ball movement. You can see that unit almost displaying that cohesion, which is the secret behind any successful team. As we get ready then to restart the action. Worthing's second timeout is now complete. And let's see what the Rockets bench players can get done. As Zach Powell, I believe, will come back onto the court. Yes, he is. Looking very happy as Zach Powell wearing the number 14, currently defending Kamari Hunter. Sam Tolawase has been pulled up there for a foul. Slightly unnecessary that as far as the Rockets are concerned. It's their 4th foul of the evening. Really their 3rd one in this quarter. Smooth ball movement here for Maynard. Draws the contacts. And this will be an and-one opportunity. And that is much more like it as far as the Thunder are concerned. Turning the inbound into an immediate scoring opportunity. Such an impressive player as well is Elijah Maynard. Scored 46 points in the season opener against the Nottingham Hoods. And in terms of how the Thunder set up, for those who maybe haven't watched Worthing before, a lot of their offense comes through 3 players. It's the captain, Adeluola. It's the aforementioned Elijah Maynard. It's the number 9, Jonathan Lashley. Those 3 really have been the most proficient scorers as far as the men in grey are concerned. Here is Zach Powell then, being defended by Elijah Maynard. Okasieme is just making those almost feints into the paint. Here is Jackman with a crossover, generates a bit of separation, put back by McGall. Excellent hustle shown there by the Rockets guard wearing the number 0. And that is his 4th point of the evening. Great bounce pass by Adeluola. There was a lot of contact there between both he and Orlin Jackman. And in the end, I believe a charge has actually been called there against Anthony Ozobwekwe. Zach Powell then in possession of the basketball. No screens so far on the pick and roll, and that one will be a foul. Rather unsurprisingly, there was quite a hefty bit of contact there. between Zach Powell and, I believe it is Ishmael Fontaine. In fact, it was Elijah Maynard that the foul was against. Here is Martin Gale then, out towards Jackman at the top of the arc. Powell now in towards Martin Gale. Being defended here by Fontaine. Gale gives it to Powell, pulls up for two. Falls over in the end, one back from Okasieme. Gale now attempts the putback. And in the end, possession will be won back by the Worthing Thunder. Well, it wasn't the end result that the Rockets would have wanted. But that heart, that courage, that character is exactly what Charles Smith would want to see. Fontaine now dishes it out towards Luke Moore. You can just see the attempts at the pick and roll as Adeluola gives it back towards Ozobwekwe. Step back for two, and that is good from Anthony Ozobwekwe. Here's Zach Powell now, attempted crossover through the legs. That one does indeed come off the left leg of Ishmael Fontaine. So possession will remain in the Rockets' hands. Ready to restart then through Martin Gale. Luke Moore just happy to always play zonal defence here against Orland Jackman, but McGregor, I thought for a second he was wide open. Steps back for two. That one collides off the iron and is rebounded by Bode Adeluola. Who now has Zach Powell for company. They're at the top of the arc. Jackman now guarding Maynard. There's a great way being double-teamed by McGregor and Okasieme. You can see there the quick hands of Martin Gale. It puts Adeluola off, and that is a shot clock violation. Ball will be turned over here for the Rockets, who maintain that 14-point cushion. 3 minutes and 21 seconds remaining on the clock. Rockets 44. Thunder 30. Orland Jackman now calling for the ball. McGregor with the pick and roll. Well, momentarily thought there was the separation for Martin Gale. That one is given as a foul. So it'll be Orland Jackman here, the experienced forward who used to play for the Worthing Thunder. Don't you forget who will take the free throws here. It's already his second visit to the line. Really has been a nuisance all night long in the paint. First free throw is up and it's good. From Jackman, 45 points to 30 now. Can Orland make it 2 from 2? Just about, yes he can. Deflects off the front of the rim. The bounce was favourable. 46 now, plays 30. Adeluola on McGregor. Gets it out towards Maynard, who pulls up for the jump shots. Just got a little bit too much on that one. There's almost a collision between Jackman and Powell on that play. Powell, lovely, lovely stuff from the Rockets. Martin Gale pulls out the archery equipment once more. Another three-pointer for the home side, who inch ever closer to that half-century already in quarter number 2. Jackman there a little bit overly eager. I think he's been called for reaching there, and Maynard will go to the line as a result. Also the 5th foul of this second quarter. So any further fouls here for the Rockets will result in free throws. involved here at Nechal's. First free throw, no problem whatsoever for Mr. Maynard. Second one for Maynard is up, and he cashes it in. 49 points, now plays 32. Gale has time and space in the corner. Attempted three. A little bit too much on that one. There's about 10 seconds left for this play, as far as the Rockets are concerned. Gale attempted ball in towards Okasiema. There's only 4 seconds left. McGregor has to pull up the shot. And the air ball is rebounded by Anthony Ozobwekwe. Amari Hunter now wearing the number 10, Ozobwekwe. Just peels off his man and thinks about pulling up for the jump shot. Doesn't quite get the bounce off the backboard. Zach Powell slips over there. Jackman gabs it back for the time being though. Jackman behind the back pass. Okasieme puts in the layup and gets the and one opportunity as well. Well, we said about the Rockets putting up an exhibition, putting on a masterclass so far for this vociferous home crowd. And that right there was something that you'd see from the Globetrotters. Ball and Jackman there, utilising all of that skill, all of that knowledge, all of that acumen to a great effect. Here is Okasieme then, the Rockets centre for the and one opportunity. Could potentially make this a three-point play. Well, he won't do with that one. It's well away to the right-hand side of the rim. And as a result, the ball now returns to the hands of the visiting team. Amari Hunter it is then. Just looking out for the movement here of Bode Adeluola. Here he is. And I believe that's Luke Moore actually, who's just been called for an offensive foul. And that'll be frustrating for Brian Deacon and the Worthing Thunder. Could have been a good opportunity to just eat into that deficit. Oh, great ball movement again from Jackman. It's a phenomenal finish from Powell. And this really has been the tale of the first half. The Rockets crafting and concocting all of these opportunities. As if that wasn't enough, they're also creating the and ones. Here is Zach Powell then. Usually a very good free throw shooter. Displays the truth behind that statement with that high arching shot. Hunter then attempted bounce pass. Is stolen away from Okasieme. Okasieme had time and space. He was on his own. He's got Ozobwekwe for company. Now Luke Moore puts him off. That was some very useful defending from the Thunder number 6. Lob pass up towards Luke Moore. Now goes towards Kamari Hunter. Blocked by Okasieme. Emphatic once again from the Rockets centre. And he is racking up these blocks for fun here on home court this evening. Already his 5th of the evening. Incredible stuff. Adeluola now pulls up. No good on that one. There's a little bit of a fracas between Okasieme and Moore. The ball is now in the hands of Lucas McGregor. Gives it out towards Powell. McGregor now in the corner. And he can't quite connect with that shot. The ball now returns to the hands of Amari Hunter. There is no shot clock. There's just 15 seconds of the first half remaining. Hunter gives it to Maynard. You imagine there could be a little bit of isolation here. Screen from Ozobwekwe. Adeluola's in the corner for 3! And it's stuck. The ball is wedged. And after all of that, a lovely free-flowing move from the Thunder results in no points. 3.9 seconds on the clock remaining. We will see a timeout here for the City of Birmingham Rockets. Just a reminder of the score for those of you who have maybe tuned into the stream a little bit later. Rockets 54, Worthing Thunder 32. In terms of the standout, Zach Powell immediately just jumps off the page. 10 points already, 3 from 5 shooting from the floor. Martin Gale is shooting at 75% so far. He's made 3 of his 4 attempted field goals. And how about Luke Okasieme, 6 points, 5 blocks and 3 steals. What a player. As a former big man myself, really is refreshing to see a team utilising their centre both ends of the court. So 5 seconds remaining here then in the timeout, and you can just see the body language of the Thunder. Well, they look slightly deflated at the moment. There's an air of frustration, I imagine, for the men in grey. So the Rockets now will re-enter the Coliseum. They've got 3.9 seconds on the clock. One final opportunity in this first half. Let's see what they can craft here. Be Martin Gale with the inbound. Will it be a potential Hail Mary? Luke Moore jumping for joy, gives it out towards Zach Powell. There's only 2 seconds on the clock. Powell has to take the shot here, gives it to Jackman. It's up, it's no good. I think he was out of time anyway, and that will be that for the first half here at Nechel's Wellbeing Centre. Rockets 54, Thunder 32. We'll now just take a 15-minute break or so before we resume the action here on the City of Birmingham Rockets live stream. I've been your commentator, Aaron Viles. It's been an absolute pleasure to take you through the first half of action here in the second city, and we'll be back shortly for the second half here as the Rockets take on the Thunder, looking for their 3rd consecutive victory in NBL Division 1. Hello and welcome back to Nechel's Wellbeing Centre, where we're getting ready for the start of the second half. A reminder for the score of those who maybe didn't see the first half of action here in Birmingham. The Rockets leading the Thunder by 54 points to 32, and just looking at the stat line and the box score at the end of half number 1, there's a few things that really do stand out. The one which stands out to me as a former big man is, of course, Luke Okasieme. 5 blocked shots already. He has been an absolute thorn in the side of the Worthing Thunder in those first couple of quarters, and that's really loose and sloppy. The ball is won back here from Zach Powell, and within 3 seconds, the City of Birmingham Rockets have got their first points on the board in half number 2. Here is Jonathan Lashley, dished it out towards Maynard, pulls up for 3. That is a mightily impressive shot there from Elijah Maynard. Slightly quiet by his standards in that first half, just 7 points, shooting 2 from 6. Make that now 3 from 7. Here is Jackman. He pulled up almost for a fake shot in the corner. Draws the contact. And I believe that will be a 3rd foul next to the name of Anthony Ozobwekwe. Confirmation that it was indeed a foul against the Worthing centre. And as a result of that, his head coach Brian Deacon has to pull him out of the game. You don't want him fouling out with, well, practically 2 quarters of the game still remaining. Luke Moore, the number 6, comes in his place. Here is Zach Powell. This is a matchup we want to see. Powell versus Maynard. 2 sides respective leading point scorers. And Powell has got plenty of space if McGregor wants to use him. Instead, McGregor dished it back to Gale. Shot clock violation. Even though Gale made the bucket, it won't count. The 24 seconds were up. So the ball now back in the hands of Malachi Boche-Yadam and the Worthing Thunder. Moore does have the time and space there. Lashley being guarded intently by Orland Jackman. be a foul, I believe, against Martin Gale. There's a hand up in apology. In fact, he has been called for a foul there. His first foul of the evening. We thought for a second it would have been a tech. It wasn't. Just a personal foul in the end. Here is Adeluola, dishes it into Jonathan Lashley, out towards Maynard, contested three. No good and rebounded by Martin Gale. Fast break here on for the Rockets. Okasieme, fake pass here, gives it back instead to Jackman. A little bit too much on that one. Great hustle on the offensive glass there though from Lucas McGregor. Here is Zach Powell attempting to generate some separation. Instead, draws the foul. So around about 1 minute and 30 seconds gone here in the second half. Rockets now leading by 21 points. 56 plays 35. McGregor is open in the corner. Instead, they go to Orland Jackman in the post, and he will post up here against Luke Moore. And wins his own rebounds. Excellent hustle from Orland Jackman. Outstanding stuff from the Rockets' big man. Creates his own second chance opportunity. Here is Bocce Yadam for three. That is brilliant from the Thunder, number 8. Zach Powell now in possession of the basketball. Being double-teamed by Lashley and Adeluola. Attempted three by Jackman is no good. The ball is now recycled as far as the Thunder are concerned. Here is Bode Adeluola. Maynard thought about taking the first time three. Lashley instead goes for three himself and connects the jump shots. Thunder now just beginning to go on a little bit of a run of their own. Now 58 points, plays 41, still plenty of work to be done as far as the visitors were concerned. But they have reduced that deficit. Stands now at just 15 points. And that catalyses the first timeout of this second half by Charles Smith and the City of Birmingham Rockets. I did promise that I'd take us through some of the live scores taking place up and down the country here in NBL Division 1. I'll get some of those up for you now because we have got some wonderful games taking place this evening. We'll start in the game between the Trailblazers and the Thames Valley Cavaliers. Derby, the reigning champions, currently leading 54 points to 47. Well, that is looking like a very interesting game, to say the least. In one of the earlier games between the Milton Keynes Breakers and the Newcastle Knights, well, it was Newcastle who won an absolute thriller by 82 points to 81. In the game between the Essex Rebels and the Nottingham Hoods, well, the Rebels basically blew out their opposition tonight, winning by 84 points to 67. And in the final game of the evening between the Hemel Storm and the Bristol Hurricanes, Hemel currently leading by 66 points to 57 at the Hemel Hempstead Leisure Centre. Timed that very nicely because the Rockets are now back on the floor. Here is Zach Powell. Gives it to Orland Jackman, being defended here by Adeluola and Luke Moore. Gale thought about pulling up the three, instead goes out to McGregor. 7 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Jackman here for three. Slightly undercooked that one, wins back his own rebound though. Bit of bully ball, gives it back to Gale. One back again by Orland Jackman. Turns a second chance into a third chance. 8 seconds remaining on the shot clock. McGregor will pull up for three. That one dances around the rim and will not go in. 3 potential chances squandered there as far as the Rockets would like. Luke Moore now in possession of the basketball. Maynard is wide open. He's not going to miss out on an opportunity like that one. Far too prolific of a scorer from behind the line. Elijah Maynard is beginning to catch fire here at Nechel's Wellbeing Centre. Powell against Jackman. Those two forming quite the dynamic duo, actually, in the early stages of the campaign. Jackman under a lot of pressure, gives it out towards Zach Powell. Wasn't enough on that shot. Bounces out favourably for the Worthing Thunder. Maynard again in acres of space, instead dishes it out towards Adeluola. Driving layup is no good. Rebounded by the captain, Martin Gale. As you can see there with the hand gestures, just says to his team to just calm it down ever so slightly. No need to rush things here. They are in control of the game, are the men in reds. McGregor, 5 seconds remaining on the clock. Gives it out towards Gale. Has to take the shot here. Jackman for 3. But it's no good. The air ball in the end means that possession will go back to the Worthing Thunder. So Rockets still leading by 14. It's 58 points to 44. But in this third quarter, you'd argue that the visitors have probably had the better of the basketball. They've already scored 12 points to COB Rockets 4. We do just have a slight stoppage in the play there as the referees just moves an errant basketball from one of the stands. Here is Lashley, gives it towards Bokche Yadam. Plays it out towards Moore. Maynard now. Attempted shot. Leon Henry, I think, has been called for the foul there. Well, he has in the end, and Leon Henry, well, he wasn't happy about that one whatsoever. Still very early days in quarter number 3, but perhaps the tides are turning here for the Sussex-based outfit. Elijah Maynard then from the free throw line. First one is up, and it is good. Maynard so far perfect from the free throw line, made 3 out of 3 in the first half. Let's see if he can continue that perfect streak right here. Well, he does there with the second one. As a result of that foul being beyond the three-point line, he will have a third free throw here. Maynard makes it 3 out of 3, remains perfect. 6 for 6 from the line on the night. What was once a 22-point game is now just an 11-point game. Levi Noel here, the floor general, gives it out towards Toluwase. Toluwase a little bit errant with the pass there. It's pinched away from Adeluola. Adeluola now utilising the handles, goes for the jump shot, rebounded by Luke Okusieme. Adeluola as well, he'll be happy. That's his first steal of the evening after a couple of turnovers in the first half. Toluwase out towards Henry. Doesn't make the 3. Frustration perhaps creeping in now for the men in reds. Ball enters the hands of Elijah Maynard. Again goes for the 3. It's won back by Luke Moore. But that basket will be ruled out by the referee. It's an offensive foul. The result of which is a turnover in favour of the City of Birmingham Rockets. 4 minutes and 28 seconds remaining here. Still plenty of opportunities as far as the hosts are concerned. Here is Levi Noel then, bursting into the paint. And the attempted pass heads out of bounds, and that will now produce an inbound here for Adeluola. I think there was a little bit of a push there from Sam Toluwase. Be another foul. Both teams hitting 3 so far in this third quarter. There is Adeluola again. Pulls up this time for 3. It was a tough shot, and Okusieme comes up with the rebound. Levi Noel now crosses over, thinks about giving it to Okusieme. Tolawase hanging about there in the paint for perhaps a little bit too long. Here is Boche Yadam down the left-hand wing. Towards Moore. Lashley now providing a little bit of space, the option for Adeluola. He's wide open, is Lashley. Layup was contested. Arches his back around Martin Gale. The deficit now just stands at 9 points. What a stretch this has been for the Worthing Thunder. Gale attempts to snap it though, and does in spectacular style. Pulls up for the quick three from the wing and wins back possession of the basketball. Look what that means to the Birmingham residents. Martin Gale leading from the front and just snapping that cold streak for the men in red. Noel now gives it out towards Gale. Is he the man who could just be the difference maker in this second half? Noel gives it out towards Tolawase. Tolawase to Gale, thinks about pulling up for three, goes to the mid-range instead. Ball agonisingly loops out. Tolawase thinks about the three now. After the offensive rebound was taken in by CJ Hayden. Henry now in towards Hayden. Easy layup for the Rockets, number 10. And those are 5 valuable points after what was a difficult stretch for the home side. And that will spark the first Worthing Thunder timeout here in quarter number 3. Rockets 63, Thunder 49. And well, just looking at the state of the game after the second quarter, perhaps a lot of people would have thought, well, this is going to be a blowout, maybe 30, 40 points, and I don't know what has been said in the half-time team talk from Brian Deacon, the Worthing head coach, but it's worked wonders so far. Around about 7 minutes played here in quarter number 3. Well, they've outscored the Rockets quite handily. In fact, the Rockets managing only 9 points so far in this second half. The Thunder, meanwhile, cashing in 17. Most of those have been from the hands of Elijah Maynard and the captain, Bode Adeluola. Well, we're ready to get the action back underway here at Nechel's Wellbeing Centre. You can hear the crowd, they've been active all night long. Just a message from our CEO, Rob Palmer. If you're in the Birmingham area and you can see one of the Rockets fixtures and you're available to come here to Nechel's Wellbeing Centre, get yourself down, be a part of the action, be a part of what could be a very memorable campaign for this team and the second city. Ball now back in the hands of Adeluola. Now with Lashley utilising that strength, a bit of bully ball into the paint, and makes the layup. The half century now up for the Worthing Thunder. Tolawase now assessing his options, goes towards CJ Hayden. Tolawase again was screaming for it, instead it's gone to Gale. Adeluola sticking to him like glue. And in the end, Gale does draw the foul. Well, I said about the importance of those two, the experienced veterans, the key figureheads for these two respective teams. Gale 12 points, Adeluola 9 points. Worthing captain also has 8 assists to his name. Here is Noel then, out towards Henry. Again, that'll be frustrating for the Rockets. A little bit sloppy there, and that will bring about a change. Tolawase. Well, in fact, he's now out of the game. That's his 5th foul. Very sloppy indeed on the Rockets. Number 1. Here is Boche Yadam. Big mark from Gale, he's peeled his man and makes it. Malachi Bocce Yadam slicing and dicing his way through the Rockets' defence. Completely lost his marker, Martin Gale. And as a result, he crafts an and one opportunity for the men in grey. Deficit currently stands at 10 points between these two teams. Bocce Yadam from the line cuts the deficit down to just 9. Folks, we have got a game on our hands here. We saw it last week with the COB Rockets against Reading. Quarter number 3 was the one which changed the game. Charles Smith's side went on a run of their own, a real hot streak in both offence and defence. Here is Leon Henry from the corner, has to be in, and it is! Oh, you bet it is, Leon Henry. His 9th points of the game, his 3rd from the 3-point line. And here is Lashley now, attempting to fire back with one of his own. The glass is successfully gathered by Levi Knoll, gives it out towards CJ Hayden. Has Gale for company. And in the end, it's Hayden who gets the foul. Gale ecstatic with that decision. Just allows a bit of breathing room for the hosts now. Adaluolis continues to protest his innocence to the referee. Stoic in his decision though. Is the official. Here is CJ Hayden then from the free throw line. First one is up, it's no good. Bounces off the front of the rim, then the back. Trickles off the left-hand side of the iron. Here is Hayden once more. Makes his second one. Well, every point counts now as far as the Rockets are concerned, because quarter number 4 could be a classic. Here is Maynard. Back towards Lashley, he's got time and space, under a lot of contacts, somehow makes it. Jonathan Lashley. Well, that is glorious from the Thunder forward. Utilising his strength, his size, his muscle to great effect. This game really is a topsy-turvy encounter now. Lashley makes the and one. 67 plays 57, 49 seconds remaining here in quarter number 3. As Levi Knoll once more gestures to his teammates just to slow down ever so slightly. Just take their time with it. Jackman almost loses possession of the basketball. Here is Jackman again. That is Jackman at his best. He gets the foul, asked for the and one. And instead it will just be personal foul and a chance for 2 from the line. Let's see what Jackman can concoct here. Poses himself with the breath. First one, fortunately for the Rockets, isn't made. Here is Jackman once more. Well, second time lucky for Orland Jackman, and the City of Birmingham Rockets makes it 68 points to 57. It's Elijah Maynard now. Brings out the ball with intent. 23 seconds remaining on the clock. Imagine that Thunder will try and eke out as much time as possible. 6 seconds on their shot clock remaining. Maynard, jump shot is good. Elijah Maynard is cooking here at Nechel's Wellbeing Centre. 4 seconds on the clock. It's put up by McGall. What a 3 that is! Right at the deck, Faris McGall delivers the dagger for the City of Birmingham Rockets. I spoke about his massive corner three against Reading last weekend, and he follows it up with a similar shot here against the Worthing Thunder. Huge shot in the context of this game. Makes it a 12-point affair. Rockets now leading by 71 points to 59. Well, for those who've never watched Faris McGall play basketball, you've got to watch him more often. Really is the definition of a big game player, possesses the clutch gene. Well, that was huge, absolutely massive for the Rockets, and yeah, he's having quite the night, is Faris McGall. I spoke about it earlier on in the broadcast. The Rockets bench has got to generate a little bit more in terms of the point scoring column. McGall now has 7. Tolawase has 8. Unfortunately, has got 4 personal fouls. Leon Henry has 9 points. As for the Thunder, I mean, it is the ever-present Elijah Maynard, who has 18 points. He's only shot 5 from 11, but he is perfect from the line. 6 free throws out of 6. Also, just a confirmation about Samuel Tolawase. He is on just 4 personal fouls. There was a little bit of a mistake on the scoreboard. I can only apologise about that. Tolawase has not been fouled out for the time being, so he will be available for Charles Smith in this 4th quarter. Yeah, I believe it was a foul from Levi Knoll was called as one from Tolawase. So apologies for any confusion with that. The Rockets number 1 is still eligible in this 4th and final 10-minute quarter. Well, it's crunch time here in the second city. Rockets leading 71 to 59. It's quarter number 4. Leon Henry gets ready to get us back underway. Let's see what the Rockets can concoct here in quarter number 4. Forward Jackman gives it out towards McGall. Lovely bounce pass back to Jackman, who makes the contested layup. 2 very, very valuable points as far as the COB Rockets are concerned. As if the early points weren't good enough for the Rockets, they also win possession of the basketball back on their first defensive assignment. Just looking at the matchup here between Adeluola and McGall. And here's McGall, who somehow gathers that basketball. Knoll now goes up for the layup. It was contested, it was a tough shot, and he can't make it. What a pass that is from Maynard to Moore. Magnificent from Luke Moore. That is wonderful from the Worthing Thunder. Dictionary definition of small, smooth ball movement. Here is Levi Knoll once more. And that will be a foul. Well, that's good stuff there from Levi Knoll, utilising his experience. The Rockets number 11. How he would love to cash in both of these attempts from the line. A couple of changes. Okasieme back into the fray. You'd imagine he's got a big role to play in these final 9 minutes or so. First free throw is good from Levi Knoll. Knoll once more, perfect from the line, exactly what the Rockets doctor ordered. Can the Thunder respond? Mari Hunter taking on Faris McGall. Jonathan Lashley and carving his way past Luke Okasieme. Answers back straight away. McGall He's got time and space here on the wing, should the Rockets want to use him. Hunter is aware of his presence, though. Here is Noel, gives it into Henry. Henry thinks about taking the shot. There's just 4 seconds left. It's won back by Kamari Hunter. This is a big opportunity now for the Thunder, driving layup. And it's given in the end as a charge against Kamari Hunter. That is just terrific from Orlan Jackman on the defensive assignments. Does his job to perfection. Rockets now ready to get us back underway then. Around about 8 minutes on the clock. They currently lead by 11 points. Still work to be done, well, for both sides at this point. Okasieme, there are some calls in the crowd of 3. I don't think Luke Okasieme is going to shoot that shot too often. Here is Magal. Only 3 seconds left on the clock. Jackman has to take the shots. Pulls up quickly. Just out of time as far as the men in red are concerned. A slightly disappointing possession, that, for the hosts. That will put the basketball back in the hands of the men in grey. It's Jonathan Lashley then, out towards Bodie Adeluola. Luke Moore, Elijah Maynard, and there is Adeluola back to. Kamari Hunter, the other man on the court. That's another foul committed by the City of Birmingham Rockets. Their first one of quarter number 4 against the experienced forward, Orlan Jackman. Here is Adeluola then. Driving layup into the middle. So many bodies around him. Did well to get the shot off in the end, but cannot quite connect on the attempt. Here is Levi Noel. There's a lot of contact between the two there. Adeluola had head in hands for a second. Couldn't quite believe what just happened. That will be a 3rd foul for the Thunder in this quarter. Adeluola now, that's his 4th foul of the evening. They're beginning to rack up for the visitors. Would be huge for the Rockets to take out the opposing captain if they could. Zach Powell now back onto the court. How the Rockets would love to see him catch fire in these final 7 minutes. Really has been a standout player all season long. Orlan Jackman now calling for McGregor. He's got Luke Moore for company. Gives it in towards Zach Powell. Thinks about taking the shot. Instead, dish it out towards Levi Noel, who wins his own rebounds. Excellent bit of hustle there, but he's blocked in the end by Jonathan Lashley. That's Adeluola slithering and slinking his way through, but he was fouled in the end by Levi Noel. Let's see what the Thunder can craft here then. Adeluola to Kamari Hunter. Lashley had got time and space there. Okasieme playing a little bit of defence. It's a rather sloppy turnover from the men in grey. Gifts possession back to the Rockets. 6 minutes and 41 seconds remaining on the clock, and in terms of this game, this would be a big one. If the Rockets can win, a victory would take them into 2nd place in NBL Division 1. McGregor out to Jackman. Jackman back towards Okasieme. McGregor once more, dishes it to Zach Powell. Lovely ball movement here from the Rockets, but Gale can't finish it off. Allows the Thunder a potential fast break opportunity. Lovely pass. Well, I thought it was a lovely pass from Hunter. maybe just slightly misdirected, and Luke Moore couldn't corral that one in the end. The back and forth between these two teams continues. What we thought would be a very high-scoring game has almost turned into a bit of a slugfest between these two sides. Powell now. Terrific. Terrific, terrific, terrific. Down the stretch. Pulls up that bloody jump shots. That puts the Rockets into a very nice position indeed. Here is Adeluola with a jump shot, makes it. The back and forth continues by two boxers having it out in the ring. Neither of these sides willing to give away an inch in this second half. Here is Zach Powell, turns around, gives it out towards Martingale. McGregor thought about taking the three, instead goes towards Okasieme, who in the post attempts the shots. A leaping Powell dishes it back! And that is one of the plays of the season from Zach Powell and Luke Okasieme. Liquid basketball from the City of Birmingham Rockets, who are sourcing it on home court. Here is Luke Moore, goes for the jump shot and cashes it in. 79 points, plays 68. What a terrific game of basketball this has been, and that's wonderful defensive IQ there from Kamari Hunter. Adeluola now gives it out towards Maynard. Maynard back towards Hunter, deserves to finish this off. Doesn't quite. And Luke Moore on the putback, draws the foul from Orlan Jackman. Is there an air of anticipation here at Nechells for the Worthing Thunder? Oh, very high, looping free throw. Well, it's in. Deficit now stands at just 10 points. Thunder looking for their 70th point of the evening. Luke Moore makes his second free throw. 4 minutes and 36 seconds remaining on the clock. Here is Zach Powell. Martingale now with his hands on the basketball. How he would love to be the game winner here, or indeed this man, Orlan Jackman, against his former team. Well, a tough shot there, doesn't go, and here is Moore on the counter. That's great work from the men in grey to turn defence into offence in a matter of seconds. And here is Adeluola, who crashes into the advertising hoardings, immediately gets up. There is a chance here for Orlan Jackman, though, for three. Oh, unfortunately for the Rockets, doesn't make that shot. That just shows the heart and commitment that Bodie Adeluola has for this great game. Colliding with the advertising board, immediately goes back and wins the rebound, and that's, well, that could be a killer free from Malachi Bocce-Yadam. Catalyses the timeouts. Just 4 points separating the two teams. Rockets still lead 79 points to 75. But this one is far from over, folks. Strap yourselves in, grab yourself a quick bite to eat. This one really is anybody's game at this stage, and what a second half it has been for the Worthing Thunder. Not just on the offence is the obvious thing. They've scored 43 points in just over 16 minutes of basketball. But the real crucial metric for me is the scoring of the Rockets. Just 25 points so far. They led 54 points to 32 at the end of the first half, and it's almost as though Brian Deacon has whipped out the Uno reverse card and completely changed the narrative of this game. 3 minutes and 35 seconds remaining on the clock then. 79 plays 75. And this is where you need your big name players to step up to the mark. You look at the Rockets, Gale has 12, Jackman has 13, Zach Powell has 14. Could Lucas McGregor maybe just find a little bit of form, catch some heat down the stretch. He's only shot 2 from 7 this evening. Okasieme as well, currently has 8 points. And as for the Thunder, yeah, Bocce Yadam 15 points, Maynard 18, Lashley 11, Adeluola 11 as well. And off the bench, how about Luke Moore? 9 points, a perfect 3 from 3 on the field goals. Here is Powell, difficult layup. Zach Powell is locked in, doesn't even celebrate that one. He knows this one is going down to the wire as Bocce Yadam now against his opposite number, Martin Gale. Lashley, bit of off-ball defence there from Luke Okasieme. One back from Adeluola, gives it out towards Bocce Yadam for 3. No good. Rebound won by Jackman. Zach Powell now. We attempted some fancy handles. It's pickpocketed momentarily by Elijah Maynard. Thunder do maintain possession of the basketball. Around about 170 seconds of this topsy-turvy encounter remaining. One of those games you don't really want to see end, as Maynard's shots didn't have enough venom on that one. Keeps the score at 81 points to 75. More there, almost stealing the basketball from Jackman. McGregor is wide open here, massive chance! And a colossal 3 in the wider context of this match. Makes it 84 points to 75. How can the Thunder respond? It's Maynard now against McGregor. Had Okasieme coming into the paint as well. Somehow makes the layup. Cuts the deficit back to just 7 points. 84 plays 77. Here is Zach Powell then. Gives it back to Jackman. You've got to think at this point Zach Powell will see a lot of the basketball. Nice screen set there from Jackman. Powell has to take the shot here. But falls over in the end. Has to get back up because here is Luke Moore down the other end of the court. Great ball movement. Bocce Yadam is wide open in the corner. Gets a little bit too much on that one though. Moore wins it back. And the ball deflects off the hands of Orland Jackman. Out for a Worthing possession. Well, this really has been a stunning game of basketball. 1 minute and 25 seconds remaining on the clock. What can Adeluola do here? Gives it to Moore. 10 seconds remaining on the Thunder shot clock for this possession. Up against Zach Powell, gets the separation, but it's won back by Okasieme. Levi Knoll straight away, urging his teammates to just calm things down. They've got time on their side here, have the Rockets. It's a case of making those big shots, not turning over possession. Zach Powell somehow keeps the basketball. Here is Jackman. Jackman keeps it. Okasieme can't make it, but it's in! It's in on the second chance opportunity. Rockets 86, Thunder 77. Maynard out towards Moore. Air ball, one back by Bocce Yadam. And he draws the foul from Luke Okasieme. You cannot take your eyes off the action for 1 second here at Nechel's Wellbeing Centre. Everything is happening out there on the courts. Still 7 points separates these two teams. That is just Okasieme's first foul of the evening. He's had a good evening, in fairness, especially that first half. It's one of the most dominant defensive displays that I've seen in NBL Division 1. 5 blocks. And they weren't just contested 50-50s, they were emphatic, bulldozing blocks. Here is Bocce Yadam then, makes the and one. We've got a 6-point game on our hands here. Levi Knoll under immediate pressure, draws the reach from Bocce Yadam. 38.7 seconds remaining here. You could cut the tension with a knife. Gale once more. The Rockets just 36 seconds away from making it 3 wins out of 3, and on points differential being second in the NBL Division 1 table. And it has reached that passage of play. We're going to see some free throws now here from Levi Knoll. All tactical, of course. Thunder trying desperately to keep as much time on that clock as possible. This could be the game as far as the Rockets are concerned. Here is Levi Knoll. Here a pin drop here in. Angels makes the first one, no problem. Knoll again. Makes both of them. Just eases the tension ever so slightly. Score now 88 to 80 in favour of the City of Birmingham Rockets. Second timeout called by Brian Deacon and the Worthing Thunder. You've got to think at this stage of the game, it's a case of fast-paced offence, taking those shots as quickly as possible. They have got guys who can cash in down the stretch. Adeluola, of course, the only man in NBL history to score 4,000 points. An absolute legend for the Hemel Storm. He's done his thing for the Worthing Thunder again so far this season. They've also got Elijah Maynard, who in this game really has been cooking on all cylinders. Already has 20 points. How about Bocce Yadam as well? 17 points, shooting 60% on the jump shot. Really, really good stuff. 57% as well from 3. So 35 seconds remaining here in Birmingham. These home fans will be desperate to see their team home here in this game. Adeluola, but he wins it back. It's really good ball movement. It's in the corner from Luke Moore, and that is 3 of them. 30 seconds remaining. A carbon copy of what we saw a little bit earlier. What will Levi Knoll be thinking in this situation? Potentially has the fate of the game in his hands. 30 seconds remaining. 2 crucial throws here from the line. The first one, slightly fortuitous. It doesn't matter for Levi Knoll. It's in. That's the important thing. Just regains his composure, does the Rockets guard. Doesn't connect on the second one. It's won back, though, by Okasieme. Levi Knoll wins it back. A little bit of a breakdown in communication there between Luke Moore and Adeluola. Cuts another 5 seconds off the shot clock. Josh Palmer, wearing the number 0, comes into the fray for the closing stages of what has turned out to be a thrilling game of basketball here in the second city. Levi Knoll once more makes his first one. It's also the 90th point of the evening for the City of Birmingham Rockets. Their highest score of the season so far. Really good signs for the hosts. Knoll yet again, ice in the veins from the experienced guard, one of the newcomers into this Rockets lineup. Boy, has he done his job here this evening. Unfortunately, yet to make a field goal when it comes to the free throws. Well, he's almost perfect. Scored 7 out of 8. This will be the third and final timeout for the Worthing Thunder. 25 seconds away from what would be a third consecutive defeat for the Sussex-based outfit. It's been a very, very rough start to the season. I mean, if you are to say there's a little bit of a consolation or a Pyrrhic victory to be had, it would be the fact that they haven't conceded over 100 points. Of course, they conceded 100 against Derby last weekend, 112 against the Nottingham Hoods in the opening weekend. Let's see what the visitors can come up with in the dying stages of this one. Josh Palmer then with the inbounds. Well, providing a couple of screens there. It's called in favour of the Thunder. Shaves another second off though. You feel at this stage that every second will be that additional sense of relief. Well, Powell almost jumped in there prematurely with the defensive efforts. The ball trickles out of bounds for a Worthing possession. 19.8 seconds remaining on the clock. Well, it would take something very, very special, but you never know in this game. The Rockets have got to be on it until the final buzzer here. Here is Alaluoli. You've got to think he's got to pull up for threes. Metz at the end. Jackman now puts it out towards Powell. And well, I imagine that will be that. Powell just takes his time. Jackman takes it to the corner. The Rockets will see out the rest of the clock. And there goes the final buzzer. It's the City of Birmingham Rockets who make it 3 wins out of 3 in NBL Division 1. They are victorious here on home court for a second consecutive weekend. They have beaten the Worthing Thunder by a score of 91 points to 83. Well, it's been a fantastic couple of weeks. Those first games against the defending champions, the Trailblazers. The second one right here at Nechells last weekend against the Reading Rockets. What a fantastic start this has been to the campaign for Charles Smith's side. And we spoke right at the start of the season about how the Rockets struggled early doors in this tournament, in this league, in this competition last season. Well, it's not been a carbon copy in 24-25. They are currently second in NBL Division 1, and they will head to Uxbridge College on Saturday the 26th of October, chasing a 4th consecutive victory against the Thames Valley Cavaliers. As for the Thunder, it's 3 back-to-back defeats. They will face up against the Reading Rockets away at Loddon Valley on Sunday the 27th of October. But for now, folks, that is it. From myself, Aaron Viles, from all of us here at the City of Birmingham Rockets, we hope that you've enjoyed the game. We hope that you've enjoyed the action as much as we have. And we hope to see you here for the next game. It will be against the Essex Rebels on Saturday, the 2nd of November. Have a nice evening, everyone. Let's see what the Rockets can do in the remainder of this season.